Okay, this training is going to cover editing and managing your Contact Us form and getting the information whenever a user fills out a Contact Us form, how you can access that information, as well as edit the thank you page and download all the forms that have been submitted on your site. A couple things to note about your Contact Us form. Anytime somebody fills out a Contact Us form or any form on your site, they will be, every visitor, there's a cookie placed on them, but they will be tracked via that email address that they submitted on your contact. And then you can go in through this visitors interface, and we're going to cover this in another training, and actually look at their history, the pages that they've gone to. As long as they have not cleared their cookies, every time they come back to your site, they will be tracked, so you can kind of get a feel for what that user is interested in, the sites, the pages they've been to within your site. So that's a helpful tool. So it's, I think, important to try to drive people to convert on your site to get these forms filled out. Remember, you also have a sidebar widget of this form. I'm going to hit escape to hide all the CMS controls. There's a sidebar widget, and if you're not sure how to do sidebar widgets, you can watch another training on how to use sidebar widgets, where you can place a simplified version of this contact form in the sidebar of other pages. It's the same form, just the required fields of it, and it would be important to place those throughout your site so that you can have more conversions. Okay. A couple notes. One is just you can edit this contact page by going to Content Edit, and you have some intro text here. You want to fill that out in the content area. You don't have to use that area. We put in that Lindsay Corporation address right here. You can change this. You can put in links to directions. You can put in list all the addresses for Lindsay if you want. However you want to do your sidebar, feel free to do that. You have your metadata. We talk about that in other trainings. Right now, just keep this as contact or contact Lindsay Turkey. This is Lindsay Turkey or whatever your site is called. And those are the main areas for editing that. And you want to make sure that it has the use custom template set to contact, which by default your contact page will have that. All right, I'm going to close out of there. You can also access the settings right here on the front end of your site. You can see that there's 8 people have filled out this form. I'm going to go into the settings, and you will see that you can set the email address for whoever receives these Contact Us forms. So whenever somebody fills it out, an email will be sent to these email addresses. And you can enter multiple email addresses. They just need to be comma separated, no spaces. Right now, they're default to have a couple of different people at Newfangled because we're testing it during our QA process, but you'll want to go in and change these to the correct email address and who should be receiving these Contact Us. In another training, I'm going to cover custom forms. You can go in and create custom forms, and with each custom form you can set individual email addresses. So that's why this says mail to. You can't edit this. It's going to be based on that. Each custom form, you'll set those email addresses there. We'll cover that in another training. And then post a comment. This is anytime somebody posts a comment on your site. There's also an email. If you're not having comments for your blog, you don't need to worry about this, but if you do, you want to fill this out as well. Okay, once again, comma separated as well. So those are your form settings. I'm going to go back here, and you can also go in and look at you can export the forms here, and you'll have I want to say Contact Us, and you can go in and find, you can literally go in and find the emails that you want to of that user, or find everybody. And for this, it would be all new forms, or you could set a date range. Okay, and then once you've done that, you'll go in and you'll either select do nothing, archive the forms, or delete the forms. I wouldn't delete them, I would archive them, or even do nothing if you remember the date ranges you're doing. But remember, these emails will be forwarded to you, and you will get a zip file that once you unzip it, you'll have a CSV file which you can open in Excel as a spreadsheet, okay, where each value in your Contact Us will be there. So once I decide on all these, I say I want my Contact Us, I want to get them all new forms, and I want to do nothing. I'll hit get, and then I can go in and just download this form. Okay. Okay. And then I can unzip it, and I'll have a CSV of all those. So let me go ahead and open that up. Okay. And while that opens, I'll close out of here. Okay. And you can go in and just make these larger to see. And it has first name, last name, email address, all their information. Now keep in mind, you'll be getting an email address as well. I'll show you what one of those looks like. Well, it'll be an email that has all this information, everything that they filled out. Okay. All right. You can also access this through your Do Stuff interface, and you can go in and just say Do Stuff, and under Forms, you can go to your form settings, which where you set the email addresses. We looked at that earlier. Same. Or you can export your forms. We looked at that. You can find by any field text, any key fields, new contact us, new custom forms, and we're going to talk about custom forms in another training as well. Custom forms, you can go in and create unique custom forms. There are some limitations to it, and that is that every question goes into one cell, and then when you export those custom forms, they're all in one CSV. So there are some limitations to the custom forms, but it's a nice tool to use if you need to create a form quickly for some sort of campaign or any need that you might find. Okay. Also, your form response page is going to be found under your content here. You just go to Content, Do Stuff, Content, and then under General Content, you have your form response. And you guys just have your Contact Us right now, so that's the only one you have. Click on the CMS ID number, and you can edit that so you have a unique message for all your users. Right now it just says thank you for your interest in Lindsay Corporation. You'll want to go in and edit that so it's a little more personal as well. You can put in links to other pages, and you can also make this Contact Us page a goal in your Google Analytics, so when anybody lands on this page, they've met that goal. You can set it as a lead score. We'll talk about lead scoring. You can do that through the CMS as well. Okay. You can also edit these names if you need to translate them for any site that is in another language besides English, and we'll cover that in another training when we go through just basic translations as well. But just keep in mind that you can translate these form fields for your Contact Us form. Okay. All right, that concludes our managing your Contact Us forms.